you. Either way, luckily not playing it tonight, and it's going to be TYLOO that are going to be starting on the CT side.
Interested to see how Zeus navigates this T side at Overpass. At times, their ancient T side definitely left a little bit to be desired, but at least so far in this pistol round, just leaving KRC on one side of the map, keeping an eye on B. Are they going to kick it straight into the A side? No, it's going to be a bathrooms wrap. Pressure now on Mercury. Oh, it's going straight back down Con.
Well, pressure on ZDR instead, and Lyrics there as well. Somehow ZDR survived just forever and got himself a 2K, and Lyrics was able to stand and deliver as well. So that was a little bit of a failure on the behalf of Zeus to clean things up as quickly as they needed to, and so they've been collapsed upon, and that's that. Pistol round for TYLOO.
Yeah, I think we saw a similar thing on Ancient, where on the T pistol they really try to pull some rotations. You know, I think they're used to playing against teams who don't have very much experience or are over rotating or freaking out off of the noise caused around the map. TYLOO are very much not doing that. They just sit in their setups, they trust them, and they punish you when you step into the crossfires, especially if you're not organized when you're doing it. You're just kind of running around the map.
Not much to really work with in this one for Zeus. They've got a flash and a Tech 9, and the Tech 9 is now down to 29 HP. ZDR gonna have to get that reload off, and the timing's maybe a little bit awkward as the push is coming through from Zeus, but he's got back up, and it's all good. 2-0 TYLOO, and already pretty quick couple of rounds.
Looking for the Famous there, I think. Could have seen a bit of juggling there from ZDR at the end of the round, and probably would have ended up with Famous M4 instead of MP9 M4. Small details, so not too much to nitpick on. So far, so good. Looking for TYLOO. First gun round, though, for Zeus. Let's see what they're going to put together here. Like initial double mollies, one of them missing. Seen that miss since CS2 came out, to be honest. In fact, 4 mollies invested across the map for TYLOO. Playing very heavy anti-rush in this round. Taking a little bit of a look in towards short water is Advent. Not seeing too much of anything, which is going to potentially prompt the rotate of Jam Young over towards this A side of the map. But first, off Monster, boost up over the top. Damage exchange between Victornik and Mercury. Zeus slowly wrestling control of the middle of the map here. Smoke to backside of Con. They pushed that divider player off and limited the info. So now we look to TYLOO to see what they're going to do in the mid round here. Still got a fair bit of util. Could definitely make a play across the map, or maybe just rely on their site hold protocols.
Nicely timed smoke. It's going to prevent that push outside of the bathrooms. Zeus will reroute their way inside, in fact. And in doing so, make a fair bit of noise that Mercury's going to be able to communicate across. He's not quite able to hop off of his little perch in time, and so he gets picked up by a KRC, and that is going to put the defenders on the site in a bit of an awkward spot. Just Jam Young, but he's deleted by Ferkt, and that is a much better round from Zeus. That actually looked quite good.
Just slow and steady, working the map. TYLOO never really contested that. They had a decent rotation timing. Oh god, he's chasing Advent down. Maybe not advisable to go 1-for-1 for an MP9. Probably not worth it at that point. But at the end of the day, ZDR going to save this M4, and Zeus surviving with 4 alive is a very successful first gun round for them, although they may lose one more here. Yeah, Victornik. I don't understand why they're throwing so many guns at a singular M4. I don't think it's going to make or break TYLOO's buy, and they can't afford to lose this many rifles hunting him. It's very much not worth it for Zeus. They're able to actually find him. So look, 2 guns lost for the T side, and taking every gun away from the CT side. It ends up being worth it. But I think as a general rule, often better to maintain control of your T side economy early on and not throw that many guns at one singular CT weapon. Well, most times over.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're up against a team like TYLOO, you know, where you need to probably expect that you're going to drop a round or 2 on this T side.
TYLOO forced by lack of util is ever present. Zeus walking their way into short here. A lot of players over on the CT side of the map, and Lyrics peeks into 4 players who are fully blind. One of them is able to crack his head. Advent almost gets 4. That is unreal with the MP9.
Well, the MP9 can definitely do a bit of damage. And it has, so that's going to leave KRC on 11 HP, but he can get a bomb plant down on A. Clutch factor hasn't been awful today for Zeus. But he has waited a little while to plant that bomb, and so Jamyoung's going to come scurrying up onto the site. Probably hasn't spotted him crossing to long. The smoke would have at least obscured his vision for that much. There's a smoke and a molly, though, for TYLOO. So you would think this should be a pretty routine retake, though. They don't have a defuse kit. KRC is on the move. Jamyoung's just got to get on that bomb and sit it. He's not going to. He's going to tap to try to draw out the peak. That'll be enough.
Yeah, cleaned it up there. I didn't mind the approach, though, from KRC. Whenever the CT money is low, they're often going to skimp out on things like kits and extra pieces of util. So, especially on 10 HP, re-wrapping bathrooms there was actually probably the percentage play. Didn't end up working out for him though. But with only 2 guns surviving here for TYLOO and the bomb plant going down, Zeus are going to buy up again and have a chance to actually hard reset that CT economy. Don't have the best buy in the world to be doing it, and if they drop this round, they will be single save. But if they can at least keep it close and then even maybe potentially go for a little bit of a pistol investment in the next and keep the money low, they will be able to kind of min-max this T-side over time. Set themselves up for a reset window at one point or another. Hopefully they can get it in this round though. Bit of quicker pacing from the T-side this time. Working in the middle of the map, finishing up between party and connector. And the dry walk out of Monster. Big chunky nade there.
Flash is going to force them back. TYLOO retain control of the B bomb site. It's the 4-1 split. 4 players down toward B. Mercury's been able to push so far up on long that TYLOO's happy with that as far as map control is concerned. And they are hearing a lot of noise outside of B.
Yeah, they spotted the 2-man contact as well. Quite happy to play the pivot between the long player and site here. One single smoke thrown towards the B site, which I don't think even hit its mark. Is, I think, the attempted B fake of Kynes. I'm kind of confused about what Zeus is going for in this round, to be honest.
Well, Mercury's about to find him. He's going to get the bomb as well. A bit more trigger discipline there. He might have even been able to get a couple, but either way, you take the bomb when you can get it, I suppose. And that's going to throw a fox among the henhouse for Zeus, because they're going to now have to turn around, clear out bathrooms, collect the bomb. They've only got 20 seconds left. They aren't even really into the site. Just trying to take a bunch of individual aim duels, and that's the round lost. There's just nothing they can do.
Yeah, there was a clear lack of direction in the mid to late round there. Dirk's going to lose his life. Luckily, not after time. And 2 of the players saving with AKs. 4 alive for TYLOO is a big result. And actually, Zeus put themselves in a bit of a pickle here, Jordan. Because 2 of these players won't be able to buy next round. 3 of them can. And they haven't done enough real damage to the CT side economy to line themselves up for much of a reset. So that round's gone about as poorly as it possibly could have for Zeus, and they've decided they're just going to try to force and make the best of a bad situation.
Well, Molotov's going to harass the progression on the top side of the map. But Fergt is very quick through the connector. He wants to try to catch Mercury off. Luckily, though, Lyrics is there to help out. Only good for 1. Could have gone a little cleaner for TYLOO, but in those sort of situations, it is sometimes difficult to hit your shots. T's jumping around with Mac 10s and all. Pop flat through that smoke. Jamyoung. Oh, wanting to hold strong, and he's got the backup of Advent. Which is a nice 1-2 punch, in fact, as Jamyoung Fearless gets the last couple. 5-1, and TYLOO starting to definitely get rolling now.
Absolutely. Multiple rounds with plenty of players surviving. Now going into an anti-eco, they are in clear control of this CT side overpass. Zeus maxing out the loss bonus. And just going to go for a Deagle split and pick with double HE nade. Not really an imaginative eco round. Unless they're hitting some insane shots, I can't really see this eco going too far probably.
They do just seem to like defaulting back to W keying, but that was
I don't really understand what the heck that was exactly.
Yeah, KRC just deciding to do whatever he wanted, I guess.
Extremely questionable.
And sometimes it's just like, I'm just going to try this.
And it's just walking up on lines with Deagles and trying to hit heads. That's what we're seeing here. This is not really aggression that I'm super big fan of, to be honest, from the CTs. And that's exactly why. They are walking into the Deagle lines and losing it all deep into the map. Now, Doran's got an AWP in his hands that he should never have had access to. And this round's getting trickier than it needs to be than if they just played like the standard crossfires and then back on the util and better guns.
Yeah, big flash in his face. The molly though, oh, it'll help out. Yeah, gets the sound cues and recognizes Net. He's trying to cross into the site. Doran, position given away. Easy swing for Advent. Confident plays from TYLOO so far. They're not too afraid to take the fights, and 6-1 is starting to look pretty threatening, and it doesn't really seem like Zeus are getting particularly close to finding any rounds either.
Definitely got their work cut out for them now. Probably got to win a couple of T-gun rounds in a row to actually break TYLOO's money. So probably 2 in a row needed for Zeus here. Pacing through the middle of the map, and the A side tends to be their go-to here. Mercury smoked off in bathroom. Oh, he's seen that tower boost a couple of times, and he's played that well.
Mercury burning, can't get out of it. Vitonic in front of him, the fire behind him, nowhere to go. So we're back to 4-on-4. What's Advent going to get up to? Wants to take a peek onto short, maybe, but flashed off the line. And instead drops his molly. And that is a very nicely timed molly, it has to be said. Will keep Zeus stuck in their tracks. CDR now, though, under a bit of pressure. And he'll back off. And it's just a battle, really, from TYLOO to get their util down in time before Zeus pushed their way into B. And they've been pretty successful in doing so thus far.
A bit of panic util here for TYLOO. Trying to shut down this B push. This pick could change absolutely everything, and it's a classic left eye, right eye. Easy kill for Vitonic, creeping out on that line. Just takes Jamyoung out before he can even react. Late lurk from Ferkt here. Looking like it's actually going to catch the rotation timing. So we start picking TYLOO apart in this round.
Ain't over yet. They get a little bit too greedy. Vitonic boosts it up over the top of that smoke. Lyrics is looking for anything. CDR hasn't spotted Vitonic. Maybe someone did. Commed it to him. Bit of spam will get the job done. And Lyrics, he'll get the pick onto the player on long. So it's just Doran who has now been spotted. Surely Flash will go through. But the fight's a one, and Doran keeps it alive for Zeus. Only just.
It's an expensive one for TYLOO. Going to be a drop over for Advent. AWP goes over onto Lyrics, so I think it's just going to be singular MP9 or something. Yeah, Jamyoung's on a Mag 7 of all things. Buy coming through from Zeus is an expensive one. AWP finds its way into the hands of Doran. They've had to skip a couple of grenades here and there, but their loss bonus still pretty strong here. This is what I was talking about though here, Jordan. This is the reset round that they need. Money's not good. Big opportunity for Zeus to make a big difference in the half here, and they've got Doran deep on this short B line.
Jamyang. Just too
If
much
that
to
was-
do.
Was that a visual bug on the door? Was it actually like that?
Don't know. Advent's going to have to come up big, though, if he wants to hold onto this B site. And getting the smoke down, but flashed out. And they're aware that there's another player there. Now, this is going to be interesting, though, if they decide to back away. Mercury's in the perfect spot to catch the bomb. And he's got to be expecting more. Advent, thinking about missing his way through that smoke would be a mistake. KRC waiting on the other side of it. Tornik from behind is going to get the job done, so it does leave it onto Mercury, but he is holding on to the bomb. And he's aware that at least one of the T's is in B.
This is big. He understands. Holding onto the smoke for an extra couple of seconds. He's got an HE that he can throw inside of it as well. Another smoke here for Zeus, though. 2, in fact. Can help them reclaim control of the bomb. They're just not quite sure where Mercury is just yet. So they're taking their time, trying to gather some info. They're going to smoke off both sides. That's quite clever, actually. Credit where credit's due.
Oh, okay. Don't mind that, though, from Mercury. KRC didn't even get any damage done. Mercury's going to go for the big old wrap around to Ward Monster, which is where Vitornik is waiting with the fort. You back him to win that fight every day of the week, and he does. So 2 on the trot for Zeus, and that's going to start to cause problems for the CT economy.
That's a massive 4K from Vitornik. Breaks the money of TYLOO and gives Zeus actually a decent runway to have a good T-side overpass here. Tricky mid to late round, but they're actually able to navigate that quite well. Chance for Zeus to build themselves up a nice economy anti-eco here. Try to close out the last 3 rounds of the half. Potentially get themselves at least 5-7. Tower boost from TYLOO. Gonna bear fruit. Nice little triple dink from Jamyang there. He found it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is like textbook how not to anti-eco, just walking out deep short. I mean, it got called by tower boost to be fair, but that player, the second player all the way up A, unsupported by anyone, just donating another rifle is extremely questionable.
This is definitely a losable round for Zeus, just after they've put in all the hard work to win a couple in a row and break the CT economy. Advent is the one that's going to be trusted with the AK, and he does a pretty decent job with it. He's gotten one more with the Galil, and now it's just Doran, and they just have to run at him. Jamyang happy with that.
Yeah, 3 rifles as well. Double AK and an AWP retained off the back of that. It completely changes the narrative here. That breaks the money of Zeus. They set themselves up with a massive 4K from Vitornik to potentially get themselves a really nice T-half here, and now that's all been thrown straight in the blender with a pretty bad anti-eco. Now they're not really sure if they're forcing or not. They forced by at the last minute. This has just been a very disjointed T-side from Zeus. Not looking too organised at all here.
A couple of good moments, but few and far between. Mercury and Jamyang making short work of a couple of kills in this round to once again build that lead up for TYLOO. Bit of chatting going on as well.
Not much to do here for Turk. Gonna pad the stats a little. But outside of that, I mean, not sure what you can really expect. 1v5 certainly not on the cards, and even if unless he takes 4 guns away, I don't think it's going to make too much difference to TYLOO's buy in round number 12.
That's a cheeky spot from Jamyang. But doesn't like it apparently. run into somebody eventually. Might be ZDR. Unless he decides to try and save the AK and T-spawn. Not sure TYLOO's going to let him get away with that. Alright, Jamyong's up. Advent's up. Focus down.
It's worth it. Just throw bodies at that. That's not an AK that they can afford to replace. 3.3k for Ferk there. No bomb plant. With the 2.9. Breaks the money of Zeus again. Right at the end of the half. And any hard work put in by the 4k from Victornik to break the CT economy is well and truly in the bin at this point. This is looking like a 9-3 for TYLOO. That's a damn good CT side overpass.
Yes, sir. It's a bit of a CT-sided map, though, so... not going to say it's over till it's over. We'll just have to wait and see.
Jump spot is seeing him, I think. Oh, Flash made contact with his noggin. Then so did Mercury.
Oh, this is a bit awkward for Lyrics with the AWP, but... oh, should be able to get one. Doesn't. Can't get the second shot off either. Just cracks under pressure. Had all the information. But if the shot doesn't hit, then the shot doesn't hit. And so 2 on the rotate up for TYLOO. Plus CDR, who was sort of hanging around on B, but... Zeus is still not 100% committed to this A bomb site. Waiting for the free pick. Jamyang looking for info, is going to give it up. And Mercury can't get much done working his way out of that smoke either. So just CDR now with the 1v4 on offer. And well, maybe it's not quite going to be 9 for TYLOO, because that's that. And it's 8-4. Zeus take the final round of the half. Alright, well, short break's a good break, apparently, because we're ready to go for the second half. So, off we go into the pistol. All the blocks rolling out for TYLOO. And the duelie's not connecting for Victornik is going to be in his end. Ferkt also has to hightail it out of the connector. TYLOO are already off to the races in this pistol round, working through the map very quickly indeed. Not sure why Lyrics' team killed Mercury there, but Ferkt also took a fair bit of damage in the meanwhile, so it must have been involved somehow. But it is back to 4-on-4.
Yeah, TYLOO just calling the freeze here. Waiting to see if there'll be any CT aggression. And that's exactly what comes out here for KRC. Unpunished for the time being. In the meanwhile, contest over on connector side here. ZDR testing the waters, both figuratively and literally. But after spotting at least one player contested quite heavily over there, TYLOO going to creep up long and hit this A site.
Yeah, the util's getting tossed over now. Smoke for the jump up. Forces KRC to go forward, and Jamyoung, aware of that possibility, is going to clean him up easily. It's a couple of easy kills for TYLOO as they work their way into that bomb site, and now just Haneti, who, to be fair, has the dualies, so still a bit of a threat. But as of yet, unable to strike, and that is going to bring with it ever decreasing chances of winning the round. Looks like Lyrics might even want to go for the knife here, though he's going to have to think better of it. As Jamyoung lost his life, and now Lyrics does as well. Time probably still going to get away from Haneti here. It won't really affect the round at all. But that said, you are still giving money over to the CTs with every death.
Can definitely help them put together some kind of buy in the next. Although he will go down. But yeah, I mean, if he did survive with light armor there, could be looking at an A1S purchase into round 2. Something you do see from time to time. Drop the dualies across to one of the other boys. But as it stands, there's a pistol win for TYLOO. And we'll see if Zeus do fancy their chances at a force here, or whether they'll just take a single save. Seems like it'll be the former. But a kit purchase from Vitornik with no smoke, interesting. And a singular deagle. So Vitornik's going for the ninja diffuse angle. Hiding behind barrel there. Interesting.
Yeah. I do like that sort of a strat. My favorite is when you do it on Vertigo. On the A site. Hiding behind default. Pop up, get a free kill on the planter. But Vitornik, he can hide all he wants. It's not unfortunately going to be much of a a ninja defuse angle here.
Well, he's got a kit, so he can take his time here.
Oh yeah, plenty of time for the retake.
Yeah.
It's good.
Can really try to isolate some of those duels. I think
that
process of elimination he's figured out is probably the A bomb site.
Yep.
And as many of our short kings in the world wishing he was a bit taller.
All right. Pretty straightforward from TYLOO. 10-4. It's starting to look like a bit of a non-event on Overpass. But there is still at least one more gun round to get through before we really start to kind of seal the deal.
Orbs out for Doran. Glass cannon. Very limited util. I mean, it's incredibly hard to hold the B side of this map when you don't have counter flashes, molotovs, to be able to run those site defense protocols. Instead, it's going to be a bit of miscellaneous play, progression smoke into con as well as onto party side, and it's done absolutely nothing. TYLOO punishing both of those aggressions, and Zeus in a bit of a pickle now.
Whoa. Okay, I see almost getting blasted as well. Decently timed smoke into Monster Tunnel. But TYLOO aren't really too keen to go anywhere too quickly anyway. More than happy to be taking their time.
Just getting ready for the B exit. This will have to be a Guardian-esque performance from Doran on the ult.
Not really been given much of an opportunity. There's that first shot, hasn't connected. And beyond that, might not get many more. Yeah, only 2 shots fired, neither connected, and that'll be that. TYLOO up to 11. And Zeus seem as though they may not be long for this world on Overpass.
Yeah, another half buy for them. Into the final gun round to try to fight for this series with, or this other best of one. Been a pretty good day at the office for TYLOO though, which is kind of minimum expectations for them, I think. Okay, we're quite far behind Zeus, so we're going to force buy. This is kind of my issue with this team and some of these East Russian teams though. They never seem to... They tend to overspend in the half buys, not manage their economy well, and they tend to never really have the right sets of util to run the protocols that you're supposed to run. You know, molly reactions and things like that, counter flashes. That's a good counter flash though. Cheeky little play in connector there to catch Advent off. Catch that connector defaulter.
Certainly has worked out. Oh, that's a big old spray from Jamyoung. It's a good thing that Galil has so many bullets. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a strange round, isn't it? Everything happening all over the place. KRC. Ooh, if he pushes that smoke, actually could find a pretty nice timing. But he's decided to hide inside of it. And Lyrics knife out. Oh, just a little bit too confident. Now it's down to Jamyoung to try to win the duel, and he's lucky that KRC hasn't been able to hit that shot. Otherwise, the round could have really gone pear-shaped for TYLOO. But still looking okay. And Mercury will ensure that the bomb plant goes down with that kill. 12 up, TYLOO 1 round away from securing the 2-0 tonight.
Force buy's not worked well. Well, once again, rob Zeus of the potential to buy enough util to run a standard round of CT side overpass. They just continue stringing shocking buys together. Trying to work things with bare bones utility and lackluster weapons. Never getting an AWP, never getting 4 rifles and a full util. Unfortunate.
Okay, well, if that's how it's going to go. There's a big setup on long. Might actually catch TYLOO off guard. I don't really want to be seeing Jamyoung roll around that corner, though. The flash was great.
Oh, boy.
And he's cleaned him up. He wasn't expecting Ferkt, and nor should you really be. You wouldn't be expecting one player to die in party and then 3 more to be on long, but tell you what, in the end, TYLOO have got the info they need, and they're off to B.
The 3-man stack on a gun round. It's a long... They're just having fun with it. Can't blame them. Been taking a bit of a beating this game. CDR saying, hey mate, how's it going? Underarming a smoke. Ferkt, gonna go check out what's going on over here, see if we can take a subway to another location. Forget about the troubles of what happened in this series.
Yeah. That'll be that. Advent is the one to clean it up. 18-9. He had a fantastic map. It's a shame it's not on HLTV. I could have got some more